Okay, today we're going to be scrapping what is called in the electrical trade a switch fuse spur. Now, the reason why we call it a switch fuse spur is because you can switch it on and off, and it's fused. These switch fuse spurs have 9 times out of 10, depending on which amp rating you get it. Most standard ones you get a 13 amp fuse, just a bit like this one, in that little compartment there. So it's a good idea to save up on your fuses, especially if you live in the UK, because fuses do get a little bit expensive depending on what type of amperage they are. So this switch fuse spur is a metal clad socket. Sorry, that's another thing. So this switch fuse spur is actually what they call metal clad, and that's because it's a metal body, and I should imagine it's rust resistant, but don't hold me to that. It's most likely going to be made out of steel, and you're going to find a little bit of brass, a little bit of copper, and that's just about it. Maybe a bit of aluminium, but that's just about it. Nothing much in these really, but I just want to see what's inside of this switch bit. Is there going to be copper, silver, because sometimes, or aluminium, or steel? Let's find out, shall we? So, first of all, I'm going to take the fuse out. You need a terminal or flat bladed screwdriver to do that, and if I hadn't changed it when I put it in, no, it's still a 13 amp fuse, BSN 1362. So now that that's out of the equation, let's take the whole thing apart. So there's 2 screws on the front. They don't come out all the way because they've got plastic washers to stop them coming out. That is the switch part. That's the part I want to get in to see if there's brass, steel or aluminium in there. And we'll have a look. We'll do this part first. You need to get these rubber grommets off. That's what I do. I make sure that it's just pure steel and not steel mixed with like these or any other types of material. And there's a bit of brass, so I'm going to try and rip that out. As you can see in there. Now it's always a good idea to test your materials. For example, I thought this brass screw or terminal. Now it's always a good idea to test your materials, because this brass terminal, I thought this whole thing was going to be brass, but when I put a magnet near it, the screw is actually steel. So it's good to separate them, because brass is on a good bit of money nowadays. Now let's see if this part of the socket is steel. Yep. Magnet stuck to it. So that's all good. So that's steel. Still's not a good price, but it's still reasonable. Okay, so it's time to break into the actual part that does all the switching. So there is 3 Phillips screws, and that should just undo like that. And that should, in theory, come out. I've got to take these 2 screws out and check for anything else that I've missed. So my sneaky suspicions were correct. We have steel, copper, aluminium, brass, and that's about it. And this earthing bar was the only thing holding it in, and that was just about it. So I've got 2 lovely bits of copper. I'll get the old bit out. and lovely bits of brass and a bit of steel. I have no idea what's up with these bits of brass, but we'll have a look. This one. Okay, so all you get is some bits of brass, 2 bits of copper, a lot of steel, and an injury. Yeah, these tabs are quite sharp. You know, you just jabbed me and it's cut me a little bit. Should be alright. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.